Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. My name is Anna. So I have a swap coming up, and the swap is this cute little camera. Okay, and so I've already built the camera. There are, other things that go with this swap, and I have not decorated this because, I want to decorate everything at the end because I want to make sure I use all the same embellishments. So this is the little camera that inspired my my mini album. So I am going to make a mini album as an extra for my swap partner, whoever that may be, because I don't know who that is yet. So the paper that I'm going to be using is this paper pad by Prima. It is the Poetic Rose. So this is what I'm going to use to decorate my mini album with, because that is what that is what I used for the camera. So just wanted you to know, this is, I got this in my design team package from ASC Crafts, and I will leave a link and a discount code in the description box if you guys want to hop on over there and see what you can find and buy it at a discount. Okay, so I've already cut my pieces. This is the piece that I'm going to wrap the cover in, and for the cover I need two pieces that are of the chipboard that are 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. These are going to go this way, and then the spine is 5 3/4 by 2 1/2. So this is the way I'm going to wrap my spine. And yes, we should leave more space around the cover, the wrap for the cover, but I'm using my scraps, so this is barely going to cover my mini album, but that's okay. It's gonna wrap around. So actually I think I'm gonna cut off a little bit more. I'll cut it off in a minute. So I've already put the adhesive, the double-sided adhesive, on my cover, on my chipboard pieces. So I'm going to remove that and glue that down. So I'm going to cut down this just a little bit. And then I'm going to cut into the corners, but you know what? I'm going to, since this side is so short, I'm going to cut this at an angle this way, and then I'm going to go this way. I don't want to fall short on my covering my corner. And I'm going to take my tool and I'm just going to go ahead and score this a little bit so it's easier when I fold it. Well, before I fold it, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on there. Alright guys, there is our book cover. Okay, so now we're going to work on the hinge. 5 1/8 by 11. I need my scoreboard. And this is going to have 6 pages. So on the for the very first score, I'm going to do 1.5. Okay, 1.5, and then I'm going to do 2, and then 2.5. So that creates my first hinge. And then the next one, I'm going to have a 3/8 of an inch gap between the pages. So 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch, which is just over 1/4 of an inch, just under 1/2 an inch. So I counted over 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I need the next hinge. So I count over 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's my next 1/2 inch for my next page. And then 4, which is 3 7/8. Okay, so hinge 1, 2, and then I need 3/8 of an inch. 1, 2, 3. Create my next hinge. So that is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm on my last one. And that is my last hinge. So I will put the creases in this once it's in the book, okay? Now I'm going to have to put my tape on the back. So this is 1/2 an inch. This is 3/8 inch tape. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to put it on the first one right here. I'm going to use something to cut that with. I'm going to use this little block. Okay, that one. These two are going to go together. Skip this one. I'm going to do the next one. So we skip the next two. Skip the next two, and that's my last hinge. Alright, I'm going to burnish those. Burnish these really well. Make sure they stay down. So I'm creating my first hinge, guys. So I pinch these two together. And there's my first hinge. Okay, let me do the next one. And I am going to continue gluing all these together. Okay guys, so this hinge did tear a little bit, but I'm not so worried about that because the page itself is gonna hide that one, so I'm not worried about that. So let me continue to glue all the hinges together. Okay guys, so I put adhesive on the back of my spine piece, of my hinge piece. And I have a confession to make. I don't know where I left off. I went ahead and put the tape on the front. This is where the pages are gonna go glued to. But one of my hinges cracked a little bit right here. And no, I started over, and this is a brand new hinge piece. I followed the same measurements and whatnot. So this is my hinge piece, uncracked. I think the other one cracked because I was pressing kind of hard. I normally press, you know, score 2 or 3 times lightly. And I was trying to go fast for the video. So yeah, no more of that. So now we have to glue this down to our book, and I want to make sure my my seam is in the back. So I have gone ahead and measured, this is half right here. Put a tiny little tick mark on half of the spine so I can try to get this straight. So now I am going to remove all these backings to the tape, and I am going to adhere this down to the spine. Okay, so my back is ready to go. Now I have to adhere it down. I'm gonna try to go straight here. There we go, guys. Our spine is in, our hinge is in. Oh, I hope she likes it. Okay, so we are going to cut some covers out for this. Okay, I have gone ahead and covered the inside of my book, and this is cut at 5 1/8 by 4 because that's the scrap that I had, but I like that because when I do put something down, it's going to cover all of it. And that is the width or the length of my spine here, my hinges. So our book is complete. All we need to do is start putting pages in there. So let me show you how we are going to do these pages. So our pages, you take one 8.5 by 12, I'm sorry, you take one excuse me, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Okay, and you're going to get two pages out of one 8.5 by 11. All you're going to do is you're going to cut this in half. Okay, and I'm going to use this shimmer paper. So I am just going, we're making 6 pages, so I need 3 of these. We are just going to cut them in half. Okay, and then we're going to score them. So let me do that. Okay guys, I cut my 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in half, which is 4 1/4 by 11. Now we're gonna have to score this. So we're gonna get 2 pages out of each 8.5 by 11. We are going to score at 1/2 inch. I don't know if you can see that. 1/2 inch, and then 5 3/4 to make our page. So let me get my score tool. What did I do with it? Okay, so we are going to score at 1/2 inch right here. And I'm going to score gently and just score 2 or 3 times. I don't want the paper to crack. And then we are going to score at 5 3/4 right here. You're gonna do this 6 times, guys, which is 3 sheets of paper. Now we're gonna fold this side. This is gonna go in because we have to fold the bump. We fold on the bump side. I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape on there so I can burnish that really well. So I don't want the pages falling apart on my partner. So I'm gonna burnish that. Okay, and we'll just leave that on there. Now, we fold this in, okay? And then we're gonna fold this flap this way to create our pocket page. But before I actually fold it, I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see what I'm talking about. I went ahead and brought this end over here, but I didn't press down in the center where the crease line is. And I made sure that my ends here lined up, okay? And that I was okay with that fold. And then I pressed down because I wanted to make sure that, you know, in case my score line wasn't exactly where it was supposed to be, that it would fold. Let me zoom you back out. That it would fold perfectly even. See, that folded great. I mean, that's a great fold. Okay, now you can burnish. So I burnished my end here. And then I burnished this side. And that's the side with the tape. So I am going to glue that side down. And of course, I'm going to put a little bit of wet adhesive on there. I don't want it coming apart. And then I will go ahead and fold that down. And that will adhere beautifully. Now you will be doing that 6 times, okay? So there is my little pocket. Here are my other 6. And this is the way they go into the book. So let us put this in there. So it goes in this way. No, I can't see very well what I'm doing from this height, but they go in this way. And I like to put mine down just so I know that they're going down straight. Okay, so there we go. And this becomes our pocket page. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to glue these down. Okay, so I'm gonna move these over. Pull this out, and I'm going to insert this. Yeah, you can see. So I'm going to insert it here and stand it up this way, but I am going to lay it down and just make sure that this is straight. I've got an even top and even bottom, and then I will go ahead and press down. And there is the front of our first page. And then we will do, I need my hook tool. Okay, we will do this one. Pull that out. Start from the top. And I think I just tore that. Alrighty. And there is our first page. Okay guys, I am going to continue to put these pages in there. And see how quick those pages assembled? Oh, I just love that. There we go. Okay. All right guys, that is the last page of my mini album, and I love those pages. That paper, I'm gonna have to put a little tiny bit of glue right there just to make sure that doesn't come up. I don't want it coming up, tearing. Anyway, that is our mini album, and all that's left to do is decorate it, and we are Gucci. How's that? Oh, I am so pleased with it. Okay, so I'm not going to decorate it with you guys because I will do a final reveal on everything that's going to be included in my swap, including the extras. And this is an extra. This is not a requirement. So I am going to go ahead and leave you right here showing you how to make these super duper easy pages. Oh, you know what I have forgotten? The mats. The mats actually are 4x5. There we go. I may extend it a little bit more, so I may do 4 1/4 by 5. Yeah, I may do 4 1/4 by 5. In fact, I'm pretty darn sure. Yep, I'm gonna do 4 1/4 by 5 on the inside mats, guys, right here. These that go inside the pages, 4 1/4 inch wide by 5 inches tall. All right, guys, and that is all that's left to do is put those mats in there. And we are done, guys. Wasn't that fast? I mean, it is so quick when we are able to do these pages like that. And the overall size is 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. And our pages are 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. That's a good size, guys. And I'm not doing any flaps or pockets. I may do a pocket, but I doubt it. I'm not doing any pockets or flaps or anything because this is, this is a little extra something that I wanted to put in my package. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I know it was a quick one, but I will talk to everybody later. Love you guys.